G4S!
We're at this parliamentary hearing on Mr Ward's death, and we're putting very forcefully our position about what needs to change in the system, especially in relation to institutionalised racism in the state, which is rampant, as well as also putting in very concrete resolutions to the problems that occur in our justice system, and emphasising this justice reinvestment process where you keep people out of prison instead of locking them up all the time. And as always, we are focusing on getting rid of G4S as the company in doing prison transport, and putting it back in-house, government controlled, because government must take responsibility for what happens with prison transport, and we're not having this private company running it on the cheap.
For us, at the centre of this is privatisation. Foreign multinationals making profit out of the misery of people in jail is not something that we believe should take place in a modern civilised society.
G4S! Out, out, out! G4S! Out!
Managed to put across clearly the sorts of changes that need to happen. It's yet to be seen whether it's taken seriously, but if it's not taken seriously, we'll certainly be putting the pressure on at all points.
Awesome thing to see. They were all impassioned, and I think the committee were very impressed with them, and I'm hoping that there'll be a good result as a result of that presentation, and we're all feeling pretty positive about it. So, justice for Mr Ward.
That we definitely want to see some justice for Mr Ward, some charges laid, and G4S thrown out and the contract terminated.
I think justice in Australia is well below average, given that Indigenous people are incarcerated more than any other race on this earth. Nobody's got the guts to stand up in Parliament and say the truth that our Indigenous treasure in West Australia are just being mistreated and kicked in the guts in this great country of the fair growth. It's ridiculous, and I think somebody out there in Parliament who's in a position of decision making, can influence the decision makers, should stand up and give the true Aussies a fair go. And that's what this great nation's all about.
Justice! When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
My experience is that these are talkfest, that there will be some timid recommendations, and the implementation process, just like the 1991 339 recommendations from the Royal Commission to Aboriginal Deaths in Custody, will continue on in the same vein. If nobody has been legitimately charged out of the 2,043 deaths in this country, and there's been no exploration of the reasons for those 2,043 deaths on an individual and collective basis, then therefore this is what's pretty much going to continue.
Well, I think that we're going to get a lot out of this inquiry. It was just such a privilege to be sitting up there at the table, and as an Aboriginal person, it was also just a wicked feeling to sit there and get all of the stuff out that we are so constantly pushed back from speaking about. So it was really good. And Mark and Liz were just awesome, and I reckon there's going to be so many good things come out of this inquiry. And Daisy also spoke by phone link up, and she's beautiful as always anyway. But hopefully justice for Mr Ward is going to be served, and hopefully there's going to be so many changes after this inquiry, because they just wanted to hear more, and so we just got out everything and laid it all out on the table, and I think they were pleased with what they heard as well. So justice for Mr Ward now, Barnett.
Yeah, what do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!